How can you increase capacity? Most people I know complain of having too much to do. It seems that we constantly find ourselves with a full to-do list and not enough hours to tick everything off. Does that sound familiar? Now, in part, that's going to be about priority setting and good time management. However, our capacity is affected by our health and well-being to a very large extent, more than we realised a few years ago. Now, as human beings, we're designed to move around, not to sit still for long periods. Now, we work better when we have the right food and are well hydrated. We flourish and are energised by doing things that matter to us, that we're really good at. Relationships can inspire and motivate, but oh boy, they can drain us too. So why do we spend so many hours sitting in one place in the workplace? How do we make the choice of comfort food over good nutrition? Because these affect the way we perform. Now, I'm going to give you a few really easy ways that you can make a massive difference to your productivity just by making a few quick changes. Now, in organisations, I hear over and over again that meetings seem to be an activity at work that are often unproductive, or certainly not as productive as they could be. And I've seen the energy in a meeting transform through these simple changes. For example, meetings are often an hour. Why not make it 45 minutes? And then you've got 15 minutes to plan and pick up on the things that you've just covered, but what you've also got is a few minutes to prepare yourself for the next meeting, or maybe travelling time between meetings in a building. In longer meetings, which, 3-4 hours, get up every hour and get moving. We're not designed to sit still. Get up and walk about, drink water, not coffee. Now, a really fun exercise that one of my PT colleagues showed me is to get everyone sit down and then stand up, and then sit down and stand up. Do it a few times, all of you together. I tell you what, everybody starts laughing, you all feel a bit silly, but the energy levels go up. The body likes movement, and it's pretty much guaranteed to raise the energy in the room. You have to think moving, and you have to think what's good for your body. Now, regardless of whether you're in a meeting or you're sitting at a desk, I can't emphasise enough, we need to keep moving. A client told me that he puts dots on his phone and his computer to remind him to stretch, especially around his shoulders, which kind of get locked in a poor posture. As an analyst, he's not likely to need to move around, so he has to remind himself to make it happen. It's not yet a habit for him. Another client has changed his habit by walking up a floor to see somebody rather than to phone or use email. So movement regularly every day, thinking about what you're eating, thinking about what you're drinking is really important. However, to feel strong in our bodies and for best health, we do need to think about a much more long-term structured plan. So what about these quick, unhealthy, non-nutritious options that we go for? In Denmark, I'm always impressed by the healthy lunch provided in our meetings. To contrast, I was running a session on busyness, very similar to what we're talking about here now, and we were talking about making good food choices that give afternoon energy. Perfect timing when in came white bread, bacon rolls, crisps and Coke. Yay! But it made the point. A really simple tip to help energy levels is to stay hydrated. It never ceases to amaze us how many people just don't drink enough water, less of the coffee and more of the water. A final really quick tip that can make a great difference to your capacity is getting great sleep. We're learning more and more about the brain all the time, and one fascinating piece of research that's just come out shows that when we sleep, the brain is doing some really important processing and it's removing toxins. It cannot do those things when it's awake. So if you want to be able to think well in the morning, you have to sleep well the night before. So for us to switch off, we have to remove distractions from our field of vision as we go to sleep. That means no phones with their dull light by the side of the bed. Allow the brain to start slowing down as we near sleep. So that means not that last minute email or reading that report. Give yourself the best chance. Now, our capacity is directly affected by our productivity. By moving more, eating or drinking for energy, and getting great sleep, we will make a fabulous difference. Thank you.